folks, and welcome back to the Gamers Grotto. Today we're going to be playing Beat Hazard Arcade. This is a really cool space combat game that relies heavily on your music. So I'm going to just read this quickly so you guys can understand how this works. Beat Hazard Arcade is a fast-paced, music-driven twin-stick shooter. Your music library powers the game. Everything from the enemy's appearance and movement to your ship's firepower depends on the beat and intensity of the chosen track. So everything's kind of randomly generated in this game, so we're going to just do a couple of rounds of this. It's a lot of fun. Definitely a very unique game, and Beat Hazard's been around since like the PS, I think it was originally on PS3, the first Beat Hazard, and then Beat Hazard 2, I think they were kind of all on PS3, maybe one of them was on PS4, but this is their newest one, Beat Hazard Arcade, which came out for PS5 back in September. Anyway, we're gonna hop right into this right now. Let's play Beat Hazard Arcade on the PS5. I should probably just warn you guys just in advance, if you guys suffer from any epileptic seizures or, to really intense flashing lights, don't watch this stream. There is a lot of strobing in this game, and yeah, so there's a lot of flashing lights, just as a heads up. I flew right into that one. So how this works is basically the levels, they're not even levels really. It's just they're done in tune to the music. So as you can see, the level of intensity of my weapons is all generated by the music. Everything is kind of generated by the music, including the ships that I'm fighting and the ships that I unlock, as well as the weapons. So the other thing to note is at the top of the screen, you're going to see the length of the song that we're listening to, the length of the music, I should say, and the level goes the length of the music. So you want to survive the entire track without dying. You get 3 lives, at least on the mode I'm playing on. Probably a harder difficulty, I would assume you only get 1 life. But yeah. It's basically surviving against enemy ships, getting as much points as possible. There is online leaderboards as well, so you can compete with other players if you so desire. As well, you can import your own music into the game. So if you have a USB stick, you can actually plug it into your PS5, and on the main menu, you can access the USB stick and play your own tracks, and see how everything turns out for you, based on the tracks you have. You won't get the same experience as what I'm seeing right now, obviously. Every experience is different, because again, all the enemies and weapons are generated by the music. So it's always going to be different every time you play. I'm not happy with that score. Let's try that again. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Alright, let's do that one again.
Beat hazard.
I didn't even realize I'd flown right into him. Jesus. It's not as easy as it looks, because everything kind of just like comes at you. And the other thing is, because it's randomly generated by the music, it's never the same, really. At least I don't find that it's the same. So it's very unpredictable where the enemy ships will appear and how big they're going to be, and how much space you're going to have to maneuver around them. But at the end of the day, this game is really damn good. Very impressive. My USB stick unfortunately stopped working, and I don't think I would ever stream it with my music, because my music is kind of copyrighted. I don't think this music is. I'm hoping it isn't anyway, because this is the music that comes with the game. So I would assume that this music is not copyrighted. And if it is, well, shit. If it is, oh well. Because I'm streaming with it anyway.
Beat hazard.
I was trying to get to 100, but I'm not really doing well on that level this time around for whatever reason. Let's try a different track. For those of you just joining, this game is entirely done. This game is entirely randomly generated based on the music you play. You can use your own music. For this stream, we are using the music that came with the game. But basically, you can import your own music into the game and use it to play the game with. Everything is randomly generated. Your weapons, the enemy ships, even your ships, based on the music. So everything is in tune to the beat of the music and is randomly generated by the music as well. Really good game, really addictive actually, and a lot of fun. Now I have to go the entire length of this song. So this song is 6 minutes long, so meaning that the level is going to be about 6 minutes long. As you can see at the top of the screen there, it shows the length left of the song. And as you can see there, it says 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So I have 2 more minutes and 20 seconds of trying to survive. And again, if you survive, your name will go on the online leaderboards based on how well your score is. So you want to kind of get as high a score as possible to get your name high up on the leaderboard. Hey James, how you doing this evening? We're just playing Beat Saber Arcade. Beat Saber? Beat Hazard Arcade. Beat Saber. I really screwed that one up, didn't I? Beat Hazard Arcade. There we go. Finally getting the name right. Okay. Anyway, yes. So this is a twin-stick shooter space game where everything is randomly generated by the music. All your weapons, all your ships, all the enemy ships, everything is generated by the music. So we're gonna play a couple of rounds of this. Now you can import your own music or use the music that comes with the game. We're using the music that comes with the game, but I have played it with my own music as well. Let's do this track for now.
This game or audio serve.
I mean, there's not much to understand. It's just a space shooter that is all randomly generated. All the weapons and enemy ships and your ships are randomly generated based on the music. Not much to understand aside from that. It's basically an interactive visualizer, if you will. I mean, that's what the creator of the game states it as. An fully interactive visualizer. One that you can die in. Like I just did. I might redo this mission, what am I saying? I might redo this track with a different ship. I find that the ship I chose is very, it's not really maneuverable. It's really fast, kind of janky in its movements. So let's go to my ship hangar for a sec. Yeah, the Mosquito ships are not maneuverable at all. They're way too fast. So we'll switch it up. We'll switch it up with this ship, because this ship is not as fast at maneuverability. Yeah, this is a lot better. I can actually handle the steering on this one. The other one, it's like all over the freaking all over the place. What?
Visualizer, just like them, doesn't match the music at all. This is some DJ Summer type music, and I listen to everything that is.
This is music that's built into the game. This is not my music. I've imported my own music into this, but I can't share my tracks on YouTube because they're copyright, and I don't need 1,000 copyright strikes for one live stream. I really don't. I mean, I'm good. But trust me, I don't know, this game is just very addictive. At least to me. Shit! Fucking missiles, man. They stalked me into the ends of the earth. Alright. Let's try that again with a different track. Seven minutes and 40 seconds? That's going to be interesting. Let's try it. Let's see how well I do. I'm not going to play it on Insane because I don't have a death wish, but I'll play it on, like, the mentally challenged difficulty because, you know, that's how I roll. Apparently I can't even roll that. I'm trying here, man. What can I tell you? Jesus, fucking asteroid, man. I didn't even see that until the last possible second.
Yeah, this type of music is what it's built for. If you don't listen to this nursing home, it doesn't work for me at all. Like Cyber Grind Extra.
I disagree. I listen to a lot of heavy metal when I play this, and it works even better than this kind of music. So, I disagree. Obviously, if you're listening to fucking classical music and shit, no, of course it's not going to be good. But if you're listening to, like, anything heavy, it's perfect.
Just doesn't match the beat or any of the elements of the tune. Audio surf is the same.
I don't know why you're saying that. I think it matches the beats perfectly, but fair enough. 5 minutes left of the track. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Whether we succeed or not, I don't know. But we'll certainly try. It is! I like it. I do like it a lot. And it also has a visualizer on the main menu, so if you just want to use it as a visualizer instead of a game, you can do that as well. I've played a few of the tracks with my with the visualizer, and it's a few of my tracks. Sorry, not the game tracks. A few of my songs, and I enjoy it. But the music I mainly played on it was Slipknot, Rammstein.
1000 BPM of extract on how will it play, I mean.
But the music I mainly played on it was Rammstein, Slipknot, and 9 Inch Nails. A little bit of Rob Zombie as well. But nothing else. It's not like I'm going to listen to Bob Marley and play this. That doesn't make any sense.
Star Trek music would fit in this as well as Star Wars.
Maybe. I do. Okay, so I do have. A couple of years ago, I went to see the Czechoslovakian Symphony Orchestra with my mom, and they were doing like a Star Trek tribute. And it was the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, and they came to Toronto, Canada, and they performed live with thousands of different scores of Star Trek, from the original series to the movies, to the Next Generation, DS9, Voyager, Picard, all that shit, including the games. And they performed for 3-4 hours live on stage. And I I ended up buying their music CD afterwards, and so I have their entire orchestra of the it's called the Star Trek 25th Star Trek 50th Anniversary Experience is what it's called, and so I do have a lot of that music. So I might at one point consider incorporating it into this game to see how it works. What just hit me there? I didn't even see anything hit me.
How nice does it have the original and next-gen theme?
Yes, and DS9, Voyager, Picard. Yes. They play all the music. Yeah, no, it was really good. And ironically, that orchestra now does music for video games. Their most recent one they did was Mafia: The Old Country. They did all the music for that game. So yeah, they're a very talented orchestra. Very talented. And seeing them live and in person was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, for sure. And I loved it. It's freaking amazing, man, to see how talented these beautiful musicians are. Now, my understanding of all the music used in this is that it's done by the actual creator of the game. He's a DJ, and from what I have read about it is that he felt that visualizers could be more interactive, and so that's how he came up with the idea of Beat Saber. Beat Saber. Why do I keep on saying that? Beat Hazard. There we go. Beat Saber. Now I don't want to, the rest of the month I'm probably going to go back to my horror. Wow, that was not good at all. Jesus. Alright. Let's try that again. So, the rest of the month, I'm going to try and avoid a lot of these games. I just felt like playing this tonight, streaming this tonight for y'all. But I feel like the rest of the month, because it is the month of Halloween, we're going to do a lot of horror games on this channel, I think, for the month of October. As much as I can cram into the month of October. Then November we'll just kind of do whatever. And then December is going to be the month of Christmas games. And I got quite a few Christmas games to show you guys for December. Really looking forward to doing that. Alright, we made it through that track without dying.
Beat hazard.
100%. Was that the 7-minute track too? I think it was. Was that a 7-minute track? Maybe not, I don't know. Alright, what do we got here for ships? These ones I can't unlock because I'm not playing on that difficulty. Bullet damage 153%, bullet speed 126. I mean, it's a free ship. Well, I mean, obviously I'll take it. As you can see down here, read music from USB stick. This is where you can import all your own music. And as I said, I don't want to do that on this stream. I don't need YouTube coming after me like vultures. But yeah. And then the visualizer is right here. Yeah, so obviously we're not going to be playing this. But quick start guide, I'll just read this quickly to you so you guys understand. So Beat Hazard Arcade is a fast-paced, music-driven twin-stick shooter. Your music library powers the game. Everything from the enemy's appearance and movement to your ship's firepower depends on the beat and intensity of the chosen track. Your firepower is linked to the music. In quiet parts, you will have to be more defensive. Enemy ships spawn and move with the music. Bigger ships and bosses are procedurally created by the music. They are unique to that track. Each track has 5 unique procedurally created player ships linked to it. Complete the track to gain access to these ships. Alright, we'll do a couple more rounds. Now we're not gonna do this obviously for 2 hours. That would be insane. But I kind of want to do it for at least an hour, so you guys can get a feel for what the game's like. Now it does have co-op support. I have actually played this with some friends. I brought them on using PlayStation's Game Share feature. Or Share Play feature, I should say. And it's a lot of fun co-op, honestly. I feel like it's a little bit more fun co-op than it is in single player. But single player is pretty good too. Now I did buy this game when it was on sale. I didn't pay full price for it. But I had my eye on it for quite a while. When it first came out in September. And again, prior Beat Hazard games, I keep saying Beat Saber. Prior Beat Hazard games have been around since the PS2 and PS3, so they've been around for quite a while. This is just the newest one for next-gen consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series XS and Switch 2. Probably on PC as well.
With it in load.
Yeah, I don't think it would work with the Paw Patrol theme song. James. Now you need something, as SAR said, you need something with a heavy beat. You will be fucked otherwise. Now they do say that in the instructions for the game that you can still play it with games that don't have a heavy beat. It's just that you'll be less defended, so you'll require more strategy. And likewise, the level doesn't end until the track ends. So as you can see at the top of the screen, I still have 2 minutes and 31 seconds in this level, and that's because of the song length. So the game goes the length of the song. So technically, there's no levels in the game. It's basically playing the track of music.
Yeah, a 30-second song wouldn't work.
No, I mean it would, but you wouldn't get much points. I did it with a heavy metal version of the Knight Rider theme song, which is only like 2 minutes long, if that. Not even 2 minutes, I don't think. And it still worked. I mean, I didn't get like millions of points. I didn't get like what I have here, 13 million points. But I mean, any music technically will work. It's just that if you're like playing like the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, you're gonna have less impressive weapons, less impressive firepower than you would with a beat-intensive track. So it'll require more strategy if you're using like classical music or low beat music. But it's not undoable. It's not unplayable, I should say. Because technically you can use any track, right? That's why they give you the option to import your own music. Put in whatever you want. You just might have to have it just probably will be a lot more challenging with, like I said, it's going to be a lot more challenging with tracks that don't have intensive beats. So I use heavy metal, like I said. I use Slipknot, Rammstein, Nine Inch Nails, Rob Zombie. And I felt like, especially with Nine Inch Nails, because the classic Nine Inch Nails, like Head Like a Hole or The Perfect Drug or any of those older Nine Inch Nails songs, they work perfectly for this, in my opinion. That was pretty bad. I was almost at the ending of that, and I died.
Beat hazard.
That wasn't the best. Oh well. I tried! What can I say? Let's pick a different track. Celebrate the Seizures? What? That's a interesting name. I don't know if I would want to celebrate a seizure, but you know. Let's do this one. This is a pretty heavy song. I keep forgetting that those. So a lot of the enemy firepower you can destroy with your lasers and stuff, but those red, whatever the hell those things are, those red circular photons or whatever those things are that they're shooting at me, you can't actually destroy. So I keep stupidly trying to hit them. And then at the last minute, they kill me. So it's ridiculous. Let's try pick some other, Actually, I like that one. It's a nice beat. Let's try that. All right, we'll do a couple more and then probably call it a stream. Now again, all the ships that I'm unlocking are randomly generated based on the music that we've been using. Really cool game, honestly. I personally like it. I think it's unique. It's something different. You don't see too many games like this. Not very often, anyway. We'll use the track now playing. 3 minutes and 59 seconds by Johnny Frizz. I love all those ships try to suck me in with a tractor beam. Some of these ships have an interesting, they don't actually fire. So some will actually trap you in a tractor beam and then fire homing missiles at you, and that's always fun. But again, their attacks are kind of randomly generated by the music as well. So that's the hard part about this, is that it's unpredictable, especially based on the music you're performing to. You never know what's going to happen. Now that nanotech that we're getting is used to upgrade your ship. I haven't really done too many upgrades on the ships. I'm probably going to just save that up and just kind of go crazy on upgrades on multiple ships. 211 damage, that's not bad. Let's try this track. I like this track. Let's try this one.
Nightmares 3 is out. I seen the whole gameplay walk by a YouTuber. It's good.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know. I noticed that it's out, James. That's, I might grab it at some point in the future. Probably not right now. And I noticed that Little Nightmares 1 got remade for PS5. So if you have the PS4 version of Little Nightmares 1, it's a free upgrade to the PS5 version, which is done in I think it was done in Unreal Engine 5, so it was like a complete remake, and it looks really good. I started playing it, actually. I have it installed, Little Nightmares 1 PS5 version. And graphically, it looks a lot crisper than the PS4 version of the game, for sure.
I hated the fat chefs. They were very dumb low.
A lot of people have been stating that By Sweet Carol, that Disney-esque game that I was playing the other day, is very reminiscent of Little Nightmares. And I find that certain parts of it definitely feel like Little Nightmares. I do love it, though. I plan to stream more of that over the next couple of days as well. Just figured that tonight I'd take a break and just stream some Beat Hazard, since I've never really streamed this game on my channel. Oh, that's that song again. I've already done that one. Rattled Snake.
All the Little Nightmare games give me Spirited Away vibes too.
Spirited Away is in the anime? I think I've seen Spirited Away. That's by Studio Ghibli, I think. Yeah, I think I saw that movie a long time ago. I have a Studio Ghibli game on my PS4 that I should stream at some point. I keep on forgetting to. It's a side-scroller, very similar to By Sweet Carol, except it's more anime-style animation and less Disney. It's a really cool game. Doesn't really fit into the October stream of, Halloween. This will probably be the only game I'm going to stream that's not Halloweenish, because I wanna go. The rest of the month, I kind of want to stick to horror games that are more in tune with, Halloween in the month of October. So this will be the final track for the night. I'm doing this one because it's 5 minutes long, so it'll give us a little bit of a length here on the song. So once this song ends, I'm probably going to call it for the stream for tonight. Because there's only so much you can do for a stream like this. I'm not gonna play this game for 2 hours. That's crazy. Because eventually it'll get boring because it's repetitive. It's the same thing over and over and over, just different music. So this will be the final track for tonight.
How are you?
Hey there, Lewis. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing pretty good, man. I hope you're doing well yourself. We're just playing Beat Hazard Arcade tonight, which is entirely controlled by music. You can either upload your own music into the game or use the in-game music, which is what we're doing tonight. Basically everything is randomly generated based on the music. So all of the enemies, all of the ships, all of the weapons, all randomly generated by the music. Really cool game. And creative, original, unique. The goal is to survive the length of the song. So however long the song is, that's how long you have to survive for. And I did not survive. Thank God I have multiple lives. That laser is really annoying. There we go. Ah, no, not you. Well, shit. I'm gonna retry that one.
So this would be a perfect Daft Punk video game.
Oh, absolutely! I've actually played some Daft Punk music on this. So you can, as I said, you can import your own music into the game. So I actually have the entire Tron Legacy soundtrack by Daft Punk, and I've actually imported it into the game. I can't play those on the live stream because of copyright issues, however, but I can assure you that yes, they are amazing to play on this game. Same with Slipknot, Rammstein, 9 Inch Nails, and Rob Zombie. I've also added in a bunch of other stuff, music too, as well. Video game themed music. And I've also added in a little bit of Black Sabbath. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. But again, none of this music I can stream on the live stream
Ozzy would be proud.
Due to copyright issues. Otherwise I would, man, trust me. I would be using my music right now. I would not be using the in-game music. Not that there's anything wrong with the in-game music, because the in-game music is actually really good. I love the in-game music, actually. But, I would probably use my own. Now, I don't know what's going on with Stu. I wanted to do the live stream tonight for the podcast, but he's never gotten back to me. I'm guessing he's busy tonight.
He's washing his hair too.
He's washing his hair? There you go. Taking him half the day to wash his hair, I guess. on! We got this! Ah, Jesus, I hate that weapon that he uses. It's really hard to defend ourselves against that. Is that the worm again? Oh, great. This music is really sending in all the forces to kill me, isn't it? Still got 1 minute left of the song, too. As you can see by the track counter at the top of the screen. Damn it! We gotta make this one count. I think this is my last life. Oh my god. Oh my god. Damn it. Oh well. We tried, didn't we? That was a bit crazy. Alright, I'm just gonna turn down that music a little bit so that I can do my outro here, of course. But anyway, thank you very much to Lewis, and to James, and to Czar Tomato for tuning into tonight's live stream of Beat Hazard Arcade. Now this game is really cool because on top of, you know, the actual game and being able to import all of your own music, you can also, there's also a visualizer here. That didn't turn down the audio on the menu. What was that? Alright, hold on. I'll have to save it, that's why. So as you can see, if we go over to the music visualizer, we can just have that on. And just, you know, have that playing in the background, screensaver, as you will. So that's kind of cool. Or you can play the game, which is probably what most of you want to do. I don't know if too many people are going to buy this just for the visualizer, but we also have online leaderboards, which are constantly up to date. Yeah, we can upgrade all of our ships that we've unlocked. Now again, I'm going to just read the instructions a second time so you guys understand how this is done. Beat Hazard Arcade is a fast-paced, music-driven twin-stick shooter. Your music library powers the game. Everything from the enemy's appearance and movement to your ship's firepower depends on the beat and intensity of the chosen track. Your firepower is linked to the music. In quiet parts, you will have to be more defensive. Enemy ships spawn and move with the music. Bigger ships and bosses are procedurally created by the music. They are unique to the track. Each track has 5 unique procedurally created player ships linked to it. Complete the track to gain access to these ships. So there you go. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream of Beat Hazard Arcade. There's been multiple Beat Hazard games over the years. Most of them were on PS3 and PS4.
Dance Revolution.
Imagine this with Dance Dance Revolution? Yeah. I mean, I feel like this game does works really well with like heavy metal music. Myself, that's what I've used it for. That's what I've used with it. Now again, you just go down here, read music from USB stick. If you want to upload your own music, you just click there. It says, please insert a USB stick with music copied to the /music folder. Unfortunately, I can't stream my music on this channel, as I said, because it's all copyright, and I don't want YouTube slapping me on the hand with a copyright. But I can assure you that it is a lot of fun playing this with like Black Sabbath or 9 Inch Nails, Rob Zombie, Slipknot, all that stuff. And now the thing is that you can also play it with quieter music if you want. I'm sure you could play it with like the Beatles, Yellow Submarine, or Bob Marley or something. Anything that doesn't have as much as an oomph to it, and not as much of a beat. But the thing is that when you do that, your weapons are going to be a little less high-powered, because your weapons are controlled by the beat. The stronger the beat, the stronger your weapons. So if you're playing with a song that's very quiet, your weapons are going to be less effective in combat. So you'll have to rethink your strategy when playing with quieter songs. But anyway, yes, that's going to do it for me for tonight, guys. Have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you in a couple of days for some Halloween streams, a bunch of horror games. The rest of the month, we're going to be doing nothing but horror games for the month of October, Halloween. So, I hope to see you guys around for that, and until then, have a fantastic night, and we'll see you soon at the Gamers Grotto. Take care once again. Tune in over the next couple of days for some horror games. What happened with the Peanuts game? That's still happening, don't worry. That's going to happen this month as well. There is a Halloween theme in the Peanut game, actually, so it'll be included as one of the Halloween streams for the month of October. So yes, tune in over the next couple of days for all that, plus the Peanuts game and a bunch of horror games. And hopefully, if I can drag Stu over here, we're going to go on with the 5th episode of our podcast, the Paintcast. That'll all be happening within the next couple of days. So until then, have a fantastic night yet again, and I'll see you soon. Take care and have a awesome night, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you in a couple of days.